Hello, viewers, and welcome to another edition of Discovering Wellness. Today, I'm joined all the way from the United Kingdom by Chris Priya, who's freer than most of us as a lifestyle, health, and well-being coach. He is somebody who's got into that position because of a lot that happened in his corporate career. He was like a candle burning out both ends, and that led to multiple sclerosis. It's debilitating, I tell you. Nobody knows about health and wellness as much as Chris probably does from his own experience. So welcome, Chris, to the show, and thank you for being here.
Hello, and thank you for inviting me. Thank you.
Well, Chris, I would really like viewers to understand where you come from in a short bit so they can relate with what you've gone through. And soon after, we're going to move into what the work that you do now with corporate executives as a coach and as a consultant to organizations, and understand what's working now in the space of health and well-being.
Okay.
Over to you.
Well, I mean, I got into this industry not by choice, if you like. In the beginning, I thought I was very happy in the business career I had. But 21 years ago, life changed for me because I got diagnosed with a condition called multiple sclerosis, which, for people that don't know, it's a neurological condition. It's incurable, and it's degenerative. It's progressive and degenerative, and that set off a chain of events for me, really, that led me to depression. 8 years after diagnosis, with the illness really progressing and the disease modifying drugs that were being prescribed to me, they weren't working, they weren't slowing anything down. I got so low and I got so depressed that one day I went out and I had an incomplete but serious attempt to end my life by hurling myself under a lorry, which thankfully I didn't do. I hesitated because I had a thought, and I had a thought of what is this action that I'm about to do? What is this action going to have on the driver of the lorry's life? And I hesitated and I bounced off the side of the vehicle. I was a bit bruised, but I was alive. And that started a thought process for me around why did I have compassion for the lorry driver, but I'd never had any compassion for myself.
I want to know how, from that state of mind, you got to helping so many people with their health and lifestyle.
I had this little seed growing in my mind around this compassion thing, and it was a slow burn, a slow grow, and all of the time I was sort of researching how the mind works, really. And I started to retrain quite late in my life, really. But I retrained in cognitive behavioral therapy, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, mindfulness, and also I'm a qualified hypnotherapist.
That's 4 solid tools for you guys. Right, go on, Chris.
Yeah. So anyway, so I'm finding people that were living a proactive life with this condition, and I started to really look at my lifestyle choices, if you like. I don't like the term lifestyle medicine, which I'm sure you've probably heard. I like lifestyle choices, and I changed my diet dramatically. I started to focus on what I could do and not what I couldn't. Mm-hmm. So, the movement that I still had in my body and in my legs and everything like that, I was capitalizing on that, and I was encouraging it, and I found that I was getting more and more control back. So I was exercising, and I also fell deeply into meditation, really, and started to deal with trauma that I believe is at the root of many people's dis-ease, yeah, which has the potential to go on to create disease if you don't deal with it. Yeah. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Profound, profound. Absolutely.
And I continue to improve. Now, the last time I saw my neurologist was 2017, and I walked into his surgery that day.
Mm-hmm.
Stopped, and he looked at me and he went, "Wow, what drugs have I put you on? What drugs is it?" And I said, "Well, I'm not on any drugs, am I?" He said there was nothing you could do for me, and he said, "Well, what are you doing?" And I told him, and I was a bit upset really, but he wasn't that interested in what I was doing because it wasn't drug related.
So you told
And
him that you had used self-hypnosis and mindfulness techniques and stuff like that, and he was unimpressed.
yeah, basically, yeah,
How sad.
yeah. But
And that actually brings me to the moot point about what is it that people who are just getting stressed, maybe even reaching burnout, but not at that level of so much of physical debility. What is it that you would say would work for them progressively?
I think we as human beings, we tend to focus on loss, stress, something being taken away. It's a fear thing, yeah. And I think I encourage people to focus on what they want, b what control they have, and if they haven't got any control over a situation, well, what is the point of worrying about it if you can't control it? And if you can, and you've got a situation, deal with it. Do something about it. Take action. Yeah, take action because it will change how you're feeling. Yeah, does that make sense?
So wonderful. Absolutely. Focus on what you can do and do something about it.
Yes.
Awesome. So, in your approaches while consulting with organizations and coaching people, what is it that you found working now, like in the last year and a half? What's really showing results?
Wow. Yeah. I mean, we've just come out of a pandemic, haven't we?
Right.
And I've been working with a lot of organizations. I I, I mean, I will work with anyone. Yeah, I absolutely will. But I have been targeting in organizations men's mental well-being, if you like, because I don't know what it's like in your part of the world, sir, but in this country where I live, men are notoriously bad about talking about what they're facing and the situations that they're facing in their life because we're men, we've got to be strong, we
Yeah.
don't cry and all that kind of stuff. So I've found that using my story and my openness when I'm dealing with a workforce helps other people to open up. Yeah. I mean, I wear my heart on my sleeve. Yeah. I'm ever so honest about my journey. My children are comfortable with me sharing that story, warts and all. So, I've got confidence in what I do. And when I do, it opens people up to start to talk about the situations that they're facing. Yeah.
Right. So, men are men wherever in the world they may be.
I'm
And
sure
they're
they are.
not so vulnerable. So responding to your vulnerability and opening up to communication, that's a great start. And what do you think doesn't work? Sometimes you find that you're doing things, but it just doesn't get across.
I truly believe, um, the people that don't grab hold of this sort of opportunity, if you like, deep within their belief system is a belief of they can't change, or they have a fear of change, if you like. Especially in the health industry, you know, with people's health, many people don't believe that they have control over their health at all, you know, and that's not the case. That really isn't the case. And so I would say that the biggest blockage for me when I'm working with people is changing that belief system for people, you know, from a I cannot to I can. Yeah.
Right. That's a important point, guys, because you can be in control of your health. You can bring it down, bring it out from a suicidal state, which Chris was, and to a state where you can be a change maker in the world, and it's just here between your ears. So that's a wee bit tragic, Chris, to find that so many people have these limiting beliefs, and the path to self control and self regulation of health lies through clearing these beliefs. And I hope this episode is going to encourage a lot of people to look at working with clearing their beliefs with the help of a coach or anybody, and empowering themselves. And I'd also like to know, Chris, what is it that you would like to do? Stuff that's on your wish list that, you know, this is the kind of stuff that you want to bring into society or into companies for the future.
I am so glad you've asked me this question, right? Because I you know, and I'm a coach, and I have a coach because I believe in the power of coaching. Yeah. And my coach asked me to make some declarations the other day, and my wish is to empower 1 million people towards better health. Okay, I'm going to start off with a small number. Yeah, just a small number, 1 million. Yeah, I want to create better health for that many people. You know, help them become a better, healthier, and happy version of themselves than they are right now.
That is fantastic. Guys, this is very, very important that you start with communication. Understand the power of that to change everything around. And that communication could well be with a belief clearing coach, or with a coach like Chris, or anyone else who resonates with you, to start exploring what is it that you can do to stop your dependency. I use the word dependency very deliberately. It's a dependency for your own health on somebody else. You can take care of it. And that's a great takeaway there, Chris. Thank you so much for being on this episode. And viewers, stay tuned in. There's a huge library of episodes that we have on discovering wellness, learnings from people who are at the top of their game, all of them wellness seekers. For the moment, this is a goodbye from the Wellness Seekers Academy. See you in the next episode.